Hello everybody, my name is Benji, and welcome back to Dyson Sphere Program, where last time we finished setting up our very lovely outpost on the primary planet, or, well, I guess the number one planet. You can see all of our logistic vessels coming to and from this lava planet. You can also see the lovely 7 dark fog bases in all of their glory that exist on this planet, as well as how much we are ticking off the hive and how much we are ticking off those bases in the entire first place, as well as just the massive amount of cargo transport being converted between the two places. And that leaves us at a very special place because I realized we actually have access to warpers, which is kind of crazy in my personal opinion. I didn't think we had access to warpers until green science. I was thinking about this earlier because green science is one of the best ways to get warpers, but I always forget that it's not required in order to get warpers. You just get, for every 1 green science, you get 8 warpers, versus for every 1 graviton lens, you get 1 warper. So essentially what this means is we can unlock travel to other systems. We can go out and about to these systems. However, we can't actually see what they are and if they're worth it, other than by trial and error, unless we get Universe Exploration 3, which allows us to see the ore reserves of planetary systems within 6 light years, which is locked behind purple science. And technically, it's not locked behind purple science. I could do it trial and error and just see what's in each planet. Now, I think that that's one of the stupidest ways to go about planning exostellar endeavors, but still, that's definitely something that's interesting. So the main idea that I want to get through today is purple science, because we've got everything here being made, everything here being made, everything here being made except for the particle broadbands, which aren't that hard. Everything here except for the titanium glass, which also isn't hard, but is just a little inconvenient. Casimir crystals aren't something that we require at the moment, so I'm not even gonna bother. We've got everything here, 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 except for the big platforms, the frame materials, which would genuinely be nice to have, I think, because that gives us access to the satellite substation. So that's something to keep in mind. But we've got pretty much everything, and then the other thing that I want to do is supersonic missile sets, because super alloy ammunition boxes, I don't see a point in those. Titanium ammo works fine. Eventually we'll get to a point where we're pretty much just using shell sets and explosive shell sets anyway. So, like, what's the point? But the main idea today is going to be purple science. Now, you can see that this is a 2-to-1 on the processors, so we need 6 per second processors in order to get 3 per second of the purple science. And then we also need 3 per second of our lovely particle broadbands, which means 6 per second of everything else. Now, I think I've got a lot more than 6 per second of everything except for maybe the silica, but we definitely don't have 6 per second of the processors, so that's a whole thing that I'm going to have to dive into. And essentially, this is going to be a really easy and a really lengthy blueprint. So I'm actually just going to smack it down right here, because both of the things that we've got are way too complicated to be made in an all-in-one blueprint. Like this yellow science blueprint, this is the last of the blueprints that's going to be an all-in-one, at least for a very long time, probably ever. And in order to make enough of our lovely purple science, it's 1 every 10 seconds, so 10 machines gets us 1 per second. If we're trying to keep with the 3 per second, which I think we are, because, let's see here, that's 6, 12, 24 plus 8 gets us to 32. Divided by 8 is 4 per second, actually. Is that what we were targeting, was 4 per second? Let's go look at the blue science. Blue science is the easiest. We've got 12, 24. 24 divided by 3 is 6 per second? No. No, 24 divided by 3. What? I'm very confused. Each one takes 3 per second. Or, sorry, not 3 per second. 3 seconds each. Don't worry about that. That's fine. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Why am I brain farting here? It is. It's 4 per second. 4 per second. Okay, 4 per second. Got it. 4 per second. Sorry. So if I need 10 in order to make 1 per second, then I need 40 in order to make... I have no matrix labs. I need 40 in order to make the 4 per second that we want to keep up with, which means I need 8 per second of processors and 4 per second of particle broadbands. Essentially, what I'm working on right now is just the ratio aspect of things. We will end up making a much larger setup for purple, or not for purple science, for particle broadbands in order to get us a lot of them, because they're not super expensive. I mean, the most expensive thing here is the oil product, the nanotubes, and then the crystalline components. Those are both pretty excessive in terms of what they require. Everything else, though, not so much. But this is literally just going to be exactly the same as our purple, or as our blue science setup from the other place. So we're going to have 3 belts in the middle. And because of the fact that we've got 3 belts in the middle, we need to have it like this. And we will have 1 belt coming out, 1 belt coming out, and 1 belt going in. And then probably just going to go on ahead and use the big boy beefy inserters here for this. I completely set that up in the wrong direction. I always do this the first time around. This, then this, then this. That way this can have this, this, and this. And yeah, we're going to use the beefy inserters because that's going to be the best. 4, that would be 5 on either side, which I think is more than reasonable. And that's the purple science setup. Now, the particle broadband setup, they're made in an assembler, which is very nice because assemblers don't have that big of a footprint overall, and it's going to be a lot easier to assign these to a spot on the planet. I could even maybe do it here. I don't know how I feel about that, though. That just feels dirty and not proper. I could maybe even do it just right next to this place. Nah, I don't have enough space for it. Oh, dilemmas. We're running out of space. We're running out of premium space at the very least. That's for certain. We're running out of premium space for sure here. I could do it here. Yeah, here's gonna be perfectly fine. Because they are a 3 input, 1 output. Which means if I've got my output line here in the center, and then I've got these guys spaced out a little bit, that way I can place it at higher latitudes later. And then output number 1, output number 2, thank you, and output number 2 again. 3. Like so. Then I can have another one here, and then I can have this go, and then I can have that wrap around. Don't worry about that, it'll be fine. Ugh. Things are getting damaged. That's probably alright. And let's see, if we're gonna aim for... we need 8 per second, so let's aim to make this a 12 per second build. We need 8 times 12 machines is 96. 96? Really? 96? The extra products here? Ooh. Ooh, that's a lot. 96 divided by 4. would mean 24. That is 8, 9, 10. Ah, that's quite excessive. Okay, cool. Good to know. So if we want 6 per second in one blueprint, and then we'll just paste it. Why not? Okay, so 6 times 8 is 48. Divided by 4 is only 12, which is a much nicer number here, and I can probably do it a little bit higher up, so to speak. Let me go on ahead and do this, and then do paste so that I have it. Get rid of all this, and then I'll move the other one to the side, because I really want that oil node. I really need to go through and add the oil nodes to everything, in all honesty, but I have so many soil piles. Yeah, I've got 2.5 million soil piles. I'll be perfectly fine if I just cover this entire lake area here. That'll be perfect, I think. Okay, cool. I'm gonna go set that up real quick, and then we'll be back, because I've been talking for 12 minutes and haven't done a lot. So, yeah, see you in a minute. I'm not done with the purple science yet. I just want to remark that I always forget how long it takes to build megalithic structures like this. Like, it always seems like it takes a shorter duration of time in hindsight. But of course, as I'm legitimately building it now, I'm realizing, yeah, these giant mega base level things take quite a bit of time to actually build. Also, this is just going to be constant. Again, like we're just going to have that for ever, probably. I would not be surprised if we just had that happening forever. But yeah, each of these gives a little more than 6 per second as a result of the proliferation bonus, which we can eventually switch over to tier 3 proliferation as well and get more bang for our buck. But at the moment, tier 2 will serve us just fine until we start getting into mega base territory. So let me go on ahead and hit our lovely demand on everything and get everything flowing for this. It's going to be very nice to see it all working. Also, that base is very nearly level 4. Okay, there's one ingredient going in. That's the plastic. Of course, the plastic gets here first. That makes perfect sense. How about the crystal silica? Here comes that. Even more plastic coming in. Any nanotubes? There's some nanotubes. Cool, nanotubes coming in. And we have our very, very first particle broadbands with a proliferation bonus of 20%. Very nice. Particle broadbands done and dealt with to a degree, at the very least. Yeah, these belts look like they're going to support everything just fine. It's just going to take a long time for this all to actually be saturated, and the belt speed is faster than the production rate, so that's perfectly fine. Also, apparently I already have a demand for these somewhere. I would be willing to place a bet that that somewhere is in the mall. And then I also realized that I would very much enjoy having proliferation bonuses on science, or at the very least on the higher tier sciences, now that we're getting up into the thick of it. And as we start getting higher and higher tiers of sciences, like this is all kind of spaghettified, I'm not really worried about it. But as we get into the super duper uber high tier sciences, of course, we are going to absolutely desire to have actual proliferation bonuses supplied to different things. So I will make sure that that is a part of this build, especially this build. How much of you? 25? Yeah, I'd say 25 is probably good. And then you down to 500 will be perfect. I can go ahead and put the demand. Apparently it doesn't have enough supply. Oh no. Why not? Because my smelters are too slow. I'm not producing enough. That just means we need to blueprint it! Yay! Alright, I'm gonna do that. I'll come back for purple science. And I'll be back. running a bit low on coal, so I plugged some more in. And in the meantime as well, we have been running out of iron nodes left and right. This coal node is almost completely dry. This one is getting a little low. But I think I have enough power supplementation at this point to switch all coal directly into having, rather than power production, into production. I automated supersonic missile sets because I think those will actually allow me to hit the hive when our orbits intersect, which probably won't happen for quite some time. It's either going to happen this orbit or next orbit, though, maybe? The dark fog is really trying its hardest right now to demolish things. Yeah, and then here is the purple science. So let's go on ahead and turn this on. Demand and demand. And then I'm going to have to go over to the second planet and actually deal with attempting to get some more processors squeezed out of the second planet. I'll probably just neutralize it of the hive entirely, or of the fog entirely. That way we don't have to worry about it at all. There go the processors, and there go the particle broadbands. And our matrix labs will start to ever so slowly tick up to the top. And there we have our first information matrix, purple science, at 3317. Yeah, there's a lot of hours in this playthrough, and we are barely even started. Also, I just realized I have a ton of these things in my inventory still, so let me get rid of those. I had to move something. And then, yeah, my FPS is going down. That's nice to see. I'm not even out of the starter system yet. So that means that all of the matrix labs are going to start kicking back up as soon as we get purple science coming in here. I do have purple science hooked up already. It's already on its way, which is super duper nice. So let's go on ahead and pick out some research things for us to do. I think we all know what the first purple research that I'm going to conduct is going to be. Corvettes. Number of space fleets +1, space fleet slots +4. Activate that, and we have space combat. So excited. Can't wait for the destroyer as well. The destroyer is going to be super duper cool. I can't wait for that. However, it requires strange matter and a lot of other things that we don't have. The Corvette requires everything that we have, actually. I'll just have to make a dedicated, like, thruster thing for it, probably. And then secondary research that I would like to have. Universe exploration. And then with universe exploration, I believe that gives us... No, that needs drive engine. More carrying capacity. Not necessarily something I'm interested in. Vein utilization. 100% going to be something that I would like. More vein utilization. Wonderful. No kinetic weapon damage or anything like that. And then space fleet expansion. More space fleet slots, please. Number of space fleets +1 as well. Super duper nice. Super duper love that. And we've got purple science queued and ready to go. Here comes the first purple science. The first purple science going into the Matrix Labs. Oh, look at that. Oh, that is simply glorious. Simply glorious. Oh, we love to see it. And even more coming in. We love to see it. Oh my gosh, that is just so refreshing. Genuinely, so refreshing to see purple science online. And I'm very, very, very happy with that. I'm going to go on ahead and prior to ripping up the entire installations of these things, I would like to just disconnect the buffer of this one, and the other one's pretty much completely exhausted anyway, so I think I am just going to completely rip this out. Although, because of the fact that all of this has already been made, I'll just go on ahead and remove the buffer, or disconnect the buffer and then we'll be able to put this into other use cases at some point in the future. And we will see what happens to our energy demand. If our energy demand spikes for whatever reason, we can always put down some more deuterium fusion reactors. I mean, we've got plenty of deuterium. And then the main thing that I need to do now is just start supplying things and tearing out old supply infrastructure. Like, none of this is useful anymore, so that's just wasted space that's happening there. All of that's still good. All of this is useless now. The coal nodes that used to be here are long gone. So there's no point in having all of this power infrastructure around, this mining infrastructure, I guess, rather. There's just no point in having it around whatsoever, so that can get taken out. And I essentially just need to do that over and over and over again. And also, I don't think I showed it off. Where is it? It's over this way, I think. Yeah, right here. I made a blueprint for proliferation. So everything gets proliferated, including the intermediary steps. So coal gets proliferated, turned into energetic graphite. That gets proliferated and turned into diamonds. So essentially, we're capping out the rates here, assuming that we're getting no extra products, which is essentially padding the input and having less products input for the same output, which is just the inverse of putting the same products in and getting more out. It's just, this makes my brain happier. I don't have to worry about the ratios at all. I build it for whatever it would be without proliferation. I get a set output guaranteed, and then I have less input actually go into it. I need less materials actually going in, which makes my brain a lot happier. So that's just my general preference. There are other blueprints on the market that do it differently. There we go, Corvette. There's other things on the market that do it differently, so feel free always to just kind of pick and choose whichever one you want. This is mine. This is what I like to do. And this gets us a little more than 6 per second due to the proliferation, so I just went on ahead and upped the belt. And then more than likely, the extra bit that's not the 6 per second goes back into the system to proliferate everything, which is totally fine. Now, let's head back to the mall, and I would very much enjoy making some Corvettes and showing those off prior to the end of the episode. So give me 1 second. I'm going to put those over here, kind of in the similar manner as I did over here. And I will see you guys in a moment. Our first Corvette has been made. Our first 2 Corvettes have been made. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Wow, I can set the fleet type. Okay, so a destroyer takes up one whole group of 4 of these bad boys. Cool. Where'd they go? There they are. Oh. I'd have to put him in the hangar. Duh. Of course I'd have to put him in the hangar. What am I, stupid? Alright, come to Papa. Wow, we already have 7. I was definitely expecting them to take longer. Alright, let's go up. Up into space. Up into space. Get out in the atmosphere. There. Oh my gosh, look at them. I can't actually see them. They're so far away, I can't actually see them. Oh, wow. Oh, that's cool. Look at that, they follow it. That's amazing. Should we go fuck with the communicator? Let's go mess up the communicator. Nah, I won't. I'll tease. I'll tease real quick. We are super out of time for this episode. So thank you everybody so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed. We will put these guys to good use later, I am sure. I cannot wait to see them engaging in battle with the fog. But that is going to be it for today. So thank you everybody so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed. But without further ado, adios, sayonara, au revoir, hasta la vista, das vidania, wiedersehen, ciao, and goodbye. Please have yourselves all a fantastic rest of your day. Get some sleep if you need to. Don't forget to stay hydrated. This video is in the bag, and I will see you guys in the next one. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, that's awesome. Later, y'all.